Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In the headlines today, RSP achieves best April-July performance in key areas. Programs organized to mark Breastfeeding Week at ISPA General Hospital of SAIL RSP.
Employees of Center Plan 2 Department of SAIL RSP awarded under Utkarsh Award Scheme. Oath taking ceremony and tree plantation held at Ispat English Medium School, Sector 20.
Recertification audit of CE marking held at RSP. National Handloom Day observed at Hasta Kargha Center of RSP.
Silicon Steel Mill of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant creates new single-day production record. Safety Management Initiative Project Nischay of SAIL RSP covers around 1,000 employees of 59 departments.
Mobile tableau flagged off at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant to spread awareness on Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Students of Ispat Vidya Mandir excel in annual higher secondary examination of Odisha Board.
SAIL declares Q1 results for financial year 2022-23, post more than 16% growth in revenue from operations over CPLY. Pre-retirement employee empowerment workshop Roshni held at SAIL RSP.
Employees of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant win laurels at the 22nd National Supervisory Skills Competition. Performance Enhancement Workshop on Zero Demurrage in Unloading Circuit held.
Now the news in detail. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant recorded its best ever April-July production performance in key areas in the fiscal 2022-23. During April-July, the plant produced 14,35,466 tons of hot metal, 13,29,388 tons of crude steel and 12,24,323 tons of saleable steel, thereby scripting its best ever performance in these three vital areas for the above period. The steel plant clocked a growth of 5.1% each in hot metal and crude steel and 9.3% in saleable steel over the corresponding period last year, which also were the earlier best April-July performances of the plant. The steel melting shop too contributed 11,73,840 tons of crude steel in the above period with a year-on-year growth of 5.2%. The sinter plant also put up a brilliant performance in the first 4 months of the current fiscal by producing best April-July sinter production of 23,59,540 tons. By dispatching 12,23,937 tons of saleable steel, RSP clocked its best ever April-July dispatch, thereby improving upon its earlier best performance of 11,48,928 tons achieved in CPLY. One of the major highlights of the above period is the successful rolling of 2.3 mm thick SAIL core hot roll coil from the state-of-the-art hot strip mill 2 to enter the niche market segment. Notably, the ultra-modern mill, which is making rapid strides in the stabilization process, also carried out trial rolling of newer grades MC40, API X70 and rolling of coil with 2000 mm of width and up to 5 mm thickness, and wider LPG coil with 1680 mm width during the period. The first 4 months of FY23 also witnessed many leading units of the steel plant surpassing major milestones. While more than 6-decade old hot strip mill 1 surpassed 60 million ton production mark, the state-of-the-art new plate mill also reached the 5 million ton plate production mark in the past few days. The silicon steel mill clocked its best monthly performance in July 2022 after 2013. The team RSP led by Mr. Atanu Bhaumik, Director in charge, is making every effort for comprehensive improvement on all the fronts, including safety, cost effectiveness, techno-economics and productivity in tandem with the rising production graph. A breastfeeding awareness program was organized at Ispat General Hospital of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant on 6th August to mark the ongoing breastfeeding week. Dr. B.K. Hota, ED, MNHS, was the chief guest on the occasion. Dr. Lakshmikanta Biswal, CMO, MNHS, Dr. Jayanta Acharya, Additional CMO, MNHS, Dr. R.R. Mahanti, Additional CMO, MNHS, Dr. Indra Mishra, Additional CMO, were present at the function. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. Hota elucidated on this year's theme of Step Up Breastfeeding, Educate and Support. He explained the all-sufficiency nature of breast milk and the way breastfeeding helps in the health and survival of a child. Around 20 nursing mothers from the gynecology and pediatric wards of IGH, their spouses, parents, nursing sisters and DNB doctors attended the session. Dr. Jayant Acharya, Dr. Archana Behra, Deputy CMO and Dr. Maya Bosch, Chief Consultant, spoke on various aspects of breastfeeding, its importance and advantages. Dr. Hota presided over the interaction session and clarified the doubts and issues raised by the participants. The sisters of the ward and the nursing student of Nursing Training Institute made rangolis and posters to mark the occasion. The program was coordinated by Dr. Poonam Ekka, consultant, MNHS. It may be noted that Breastfeeding Week is being observed as per WHO guidelines every year from 1st to 6th August.
A group of 8 employees, including executives of Sinter Plan 2 Department of SAIL RSP, were awarded under Utkarsh Award Scheme for their commendable performance. Mr. Bishwaranjan Palai, CGM Sinter Plant, along with Mr. S.K. Parhi, GMSP2 and Unit Head, presented the awards to them at a function held recently. Present on the occasion were other senior officers and employees of the department. The team was awarded for the successful implementation of the project, establishing a testing deck for hot screen testing for ensuring reliability of the plant. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Palai commended the team for the enterprising job which has helped in effective maintenance, thereby improving production and performance. The team led by Mr. Amrit Nayak, Senior Manager, comprised Mr. Raju Singh, Manager, Mr. Gajendra Kumar Sahu, Assistant Manager, Mr. Ranjan Kumar Barik, Master Technician, Mr. Manoranjan Giri, Senior Technician, Mr. Bharat Kumar Pradhan, Master Technician, Mr. Sudhir Kumar Panda, Master Technician, and Mr. Dhananjay Das, Technician. The program was coordinated by Mr. Sandeep Avasti, Deputy Manager, SP2. 23 student council members and 20 class prefects nominated by the teachers took the oath in a function organized at the school auditorium of Ispat English Medium School, Sector 20 on 6th August. Mr. P.K. Das, GM in charge Town Services, was the chief guest, while Mr. Manoj Agarwal, GMTS, was the guest of honor. The dignitaries handed over their respective badges to nominated students. Present on the occasion were Dr. B. Kar, Principal IAMS Sector 20, Mr. S.N. Panda, Headmaster IAMS Sector 22, teachers, staff and students of the school. After the oath-taking ceremony, the dignitaries launched the tree plantation drive at the school by planting saplings. They were joined by the teachers, staff, class prefects and students in planting saplings of timber, medicinal, flowering and fruiting varieties to mark the occasion.
The recertification audit CE marking was held at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant from 3rd to 4th August 2022. Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, Executive Director, Works, presided over both the opening and the closing meeting. Present on the occasion were Mr. Atish Chandra Sarkar, CGM Quality, Mr. Pinaki Chaudhary, CGM NPM and SPP, Ms. Sunita Singh, CGM PPC, the senior officers of Production Planning and Control, New Plate Mill, Research and Control Laboratory, Materials Management and Human Resource Development Center. Speaking on the occasion, Executive Director Works thanked the auditors for their meticulous auditing and urged all to conform to the specification and requirement to ensure continuity of the CE marking. Mr. Suryavanshi highlighted its importance in the overall performance, productivity and profitability of the organization. He assured the auditors of due compliance of the points raised by them in a time-bound manner. During the audit, Mr. Syed Qasim Ali and Mr. Ayon Nag, the auditors from Messrs. DNV GL Hyderabad, reviewed the Factory Production Control Manual, which contains the systems, process of steel making, right from raw material to final product. Based on the audit framework conducted at RSP, they made relevant suggestions for improvement. The audit concluded with an assurance of successful recertification. The audit was coordinated by RCL department. It may be noted that the prospects for CE marking of the hot strip mill 2 products were also discussed at length. Notably, RSP plays a vital role in projecting India in the global markets, especially in the Europe. The EU single market comprises of 27 EU states and 4 EFTA, European Free Trade Association states, thus making it one of the largest export markets. CE marking is mandatory requirement to sell any product in the EU market. Essentially, CE marking is a passport for our products into Europe. RSP produces hot-rolled non-alloy steel plates from NPM SMS2 route for export in the European markets. These products are governed by the CPR, Construction Production Regulations, regulation of the EU, and thus out facilities need to be periodically audited in conformance with the European standards. A function was organized to mark the National Handloom Day at the Hasta Kargha Center at Deepika Mahila Jagriti Sansthan Sector 2. Mrs. Seema Bhaumik, President Deepika Mahila Sangati and chief guest of the function, cut the cake to mark the occasion. Present in the event were Mrs. Harshala Suryavanshi, Professor Dr. Sushmita Das, both Vice Presidents of DMS, Mrs. Munmun Mitra, GM CSR, Mrs. Namita Mahapatra, Secretary DMS, governing body members and volunteers of DMS. The function was attended by the instructors and the tradies of handloom. Speaking on the occasion, Mrs. Bhaumik highlighted the importance of using and promoting handloom. She encouraged one and all to become brand ambassadors of the Deepika Hasta Kargha and make it a profitable and sustainable venture. During the function, an exhibition cum sale of handloom products was organized at the center. The DMS members went round the exhibition and appreciated the products and the efforts made to conserve the art and tradition of the region. Large number of products were also bought by the discerning members. The function was coordinated by Mrs. Namita Mahapatra. It is worth mentioning here that every year the National Handloom Day is celebrated to highlight the contribution of the handloom industry in the socio-economic development and create awareness about the sector.
The reversing mill of Silicon Steel Mill of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant rolled 470 tons cold rolled non-oriented coils on 8th August 2022 to create a new single-day production record. It surpassed the previous best figure of 458 tons produced by the unit on 25th September 2005. It is noteworthy that SSM has clocked the best monthly performance by rolling 6,626 tons of saleable steel in July 2022, which is its best performance since July 2013. It is worth mentioning that with good quality input from the new hot strip mill 2 of RSP, the production in the reversing mill of SSP has gone up to more than 300 tons per day on regular basis, with production surpassing 400 tons on several occasions. Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, RSP, visited SSM shop floor on 9th August 2022 to congratulate the SSM collective for the record-breaking performance. Many chief general managers, HODs of different upstream as well as associated departments and a large number of executives and employees of SSM were present on the occasion. Congratulating the collective, Mr. Suryavanshi said, "The exceptional performance exemplifies the deep commitment of the team SSM to achieve the set goal. Let's sustain the momentum and move forward to scale new peaks of excellence." Mr. Kartike Behra, CGM, CRM, SSM and PP congratulated Team SSM and all the associated departments for the brilliant performance and exuded confidence that the department will strive forward to achieve the set monthly production target of 7,500 tons. It is noteworthy that SSM produces energy efficient steel coal rolled non-oriented, which is an essential raw material for manufacturing of electrical equipments like generators, motors, relays, small transformers, etc. RSP has the distinction of being the first in the country to start commercial production of the CRNO at SSM. With the aim of inculcating a culture of total safety and make accident-free steel, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has recently launched an exclusive safety management initiative project, NISCHAI. Reputed safety management consultant Messrs. Ernst & Young has been engaged to assess and help RSP in instilling a culture of holistic safety in the organization as part of the project. In the preliminary phase, while the employees are participating in the Safety Maturity Survey, a compilation of questionnaire in Odia, Hindi and English to give their opinion and feedback to different aspects of safety related to their workplace and the organizations as a whole, sensitization sessions of Project NISCHAI are also being organized at individual departments to bring a cultural and behavioral change amongst the employees pertaining to safety. So far, around 1,000 employees have been covered in different sessions organized at different departments across the plant. During the sessions, the employees are sensitized about the different facets of behavior-based safety and the role of each individual in creating a safe work environment. The employees are sensitized to imbibe safety as an essential value rather than only a priority, while underscoring the various key components like humanity, empathy and caring for its people that sets the environment for a healthy and safe workplace. The employees are encouraged to have the right attitude to safety. Emphasis is being given to create an environment where each employee instinctively feels responsible for safety. The sessions will cover all the employees of the plant in the phased manner. Mr. Raja Devnath and Mr. Preetham Das, both consultants of Messrs. Ernst & Young, are conducting the sessions in association with the Safety Engineering Department of RSP.
A mobile tableau with a digital screen was flagged off at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant to mark the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign as a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav by Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, at a function organized near main gate of the administrative building on 10th August. Mr. Somnath Tripathi, ED-MM, Mr. P.K. Rath, CGM in charge Mines, Mr. A.K. Behuria, CGM in charge F&A, Mr. Ashok Jalwania, Commandant CISF, many other CGMS, heads of the departments and CISF team were present on the occasion. The tableau began its campaign amidst the waving of the national flag to the tune of the theme song Har Ghar Tiranga by the senior officers present. The tableau is set to go round Rourkela city as well as the villages in the periphery to spread awareness about the national flag, infuse a sense of patriotism and encourage everyone to hoist the Tiranga at their respective homes and offices. It is noteworthy that a series of programs has been initiated by RSP to spread the nationalistic fervor amongst the different units of the plant, students of the steel township and peripheral populace to ensure Jan Bhagidari. The students of Plus 2 Arts of Ispat Vidya Mandir of Rourkela Steel Plant have excelled in the annual Higher Secondary Examinations 2022 conducted by CHSE Odisha. The pass percentage of the school is 85.71% against the state's average pass percentage of 82.10%. In all, 126 students appeared for the exam. Out of this, 49 students have secured first division, 26 students have secured second division, and 33 students have passed with third division. Amisha Jaina, topped the school by securing 86.83%. Shweta Tripathi bagged the second position by securing 84.17%, and Priyanka Mishra with 83.50% was ranked third in the institution.
Steel Authority of India Limited posted its financial performance for the first quarter of the current financial year 2022-23. The company saw a growth of 16.4% in its revenue from operations in Q1 fiscal year 23 over corresponding period last year. SAIL also recorded the best ever Q1 production. The first quarter of fiscal year 23 saw twin challenges of higher input cost and subdued market demand, both global and domestic, impacting the performance of the company. High cost of production due to increase in imported coking coal prices had an impact on the bottom line of the company. The decline in global demand and prices for steel had a direct bearing on the domestic market and price realization. Since peaking in April 22, the prices for steel have continuously remained under pressure during the quarter. The company, however, said that the construction and infrastructure projects have gained momentum which will boost the demand for steel products. The company is confident of improved performances in the second half of the current financial year with significant reduction in prices of imported coal and uptick in demand. A pre-retirement employee empowerment workshop Roshni was held at HRD Center of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant on 10th August 2022. Mr. Dhirendra Mishra, GM in charge, Personal Works, presided over the inaugural session. Notably, 32 employees, including executives, are superannuating in the month of August 2022. The sessions covered topics such as final settlement dues and financial security planning, procedure for smooth final settlement, mindset for smooth transition to a new phase of life after retirement, ensuring good health, well-being of body and mind, and safe uses of IT to facilitate smooth and stress-free transition from active employed life to post-retirement life. The sessions were conducted by executives from direct departments, namely Mr. G.R. Dash, GM Personal, WCNM, Mr. R.R. Sarangi, DGM F&A, Mr. V.S. Sahuta, DGM SP2, Mr. V.P. Arya, AGM and IT, Dr. Shivalkar, Assistant CMO MNHS, Mr. H.K. Sahu, Assistant Manager TS, and Mr. D.K. Dash, Assistant Manager F&A. At the outset, Ms. Aniketa V. Singh, Manager Personnel, welcomed the gathering and also proposed a vote of thanks. The workshop was coordinated by the Personal Welfare Department team of RSP.
Two teams of employees from the meal zone of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP have brought laurels for the steel plant by winning prizes in the 22nd National Supervisory Skills Competition organized recently at Kolkata by the Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII Eastern Region. The three-member team comprising Mr. Deepak Sahu OCT, Mr. Gopabandhu Behra OCT and Mr. Sirshananda Das SOST from New Plate Mill have bagged the first runners-up prize in the repairs and maintenance category. Their project was based on the theme Modification in PSG Vapor Cooling System to ensure quality finished plates. Another team comprising Mr. Devaraja Sarangi SOST, Mr. Prafulla Chandra Patra MOMT and Mr. Gopal Krishna Sahu SOST of Hot Strip Mill 1 was judged as the second runners-up in the operation and production category. The project presented by the team was introduction of finishing valves in outlet line of skid post cooling system of reheating furnace. It may be noted that the National Supervisory Skill Competition is a prestigious CII initiative for encouraging and recognizing industrial supervisors and enhancing their competencies through learning and sharing. A two-day performance enhancement workshop on zero demurrage in unloading circuit was organized at HRD Center of Rourkela Steel Plant on 11th and 12th August. Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi ED Works presided over the inaugural and valedictory sessions. Mr. Kaushal Kishore, Business Head, RSP-SAIL, Mr. R.K. Mohanty, Area Manager, Railway Bondamunda were the special invitees. Present on the occasion were Mr. Debabrata Datta, CGM in charge HSM, Mr. A.K. Behra, CGM Traffic, Ms. Rajashri Banerjee, CGM HRDC, and in all 28 employees including executives from associated departments like Traffic and Raw Material Handling Plant, Hot Strip Mill and New Plate Mill attended the program. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Suryavanshi emphasized upon reducing the turnaround time of the railway wagons both in input as well as dispatch circuits within the stipulated free time. By bringing down the demurrage to zero, the steel plant has been able to check the huge cash outflow, thereby boosting the bottom line significantly, he said. It is worth mentioning here that all the input raw materials of RSP are brought by railway wagons to the plant and are unloaded at various unloading units. Similarly, wagons are being provided by the railways for dispatch of finished products from the plant. For this, railway has a fixed time slot for each rake, that is a fixed fleet of wagons called free time, during which the wagons are to be returned to railways after loading unloading. If the rake is returned beyond the free time, then they impose penalty on those wagons called demurrage. The sessions focused on reducing turnaround time of wagons and the challenges in rake management. This was followed by discussions on issues pertaining to zero demurrage management and formulation of action plan. The points raised in the action plan was discussed threadbare in the presence of general managers and HODs of all associated departments. Ms. Rajashri Banerjee, CGM HRD, welcomed the gathering in the inaugural program, while Mr. S.K. Bhuiya, GM T&RM, proposed formal vote of thanks. The program was coordinated by Mrs. A. Behra, Senior Manager, HRTC. And that's all from our news desk today. Namaskar.